Here I am on the Basingstoke Canal near Aldershot, the green shed section, and I've come up here just for a bit of a change to show you how I target big fish on canals. I've chosen a nice feature peg and it's got some form for some bream, some tench and maybe a carp. It's a little bit bright today, which isn't that good. You want it overcast, but hopefully looking there's a bit of cloud around, and these big fish on canals, they don't like too much disturbance or bright sunshine. But like I say, we've got a nice bit of cover and we should definitely hook 1 or 2 big fish. The thing with fishing with big fish on canals, you don't need many. It's not like a commercial where £100 is normally the target. 3 or 4 good fish on a canal can quite often see you framing or even winning the match. It's quite a simple approach: big baits, heavy line, big hooks, heavy elastic, and long pole fishing towards features is normally the best way, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you the bait that I've bought today, and again it's quite simple. Sweet corn and casters. Again, we're looking for some big fish. I know in the winter this particular peg holds a good head of big perch, and they might even still be here today. But like I say, I'm hopefully going to catch 3 or 4 decent fish, bream, tench, maybe even a carp. Although we're fishing very heavy, the carp can be very hard to get in, purely because the amount of snags, overhanging bushes that there are in this peg. For hook bait, if I'm not using sweet corn or a bunch of casters, worms. And you'll see these are dendrobinas, but I've got the nice big dendrobinas. Again, we're targeting the big fish. There's a lot of roach and perch, small perch along this stretch, that if you fish single caster or small pieces of worm, you could get pestered with. So I'm going to be looking at fishing 3/4 of a worm to start with and just see if the big fish are here. As far as the tackle's concerned, again, like I said, very strong and robust. Purple hydro that's quite tight. I'm going to be hooking these fish and trying to pull them away. Believe it or not, even a 2 or 3 pound bream will give you a run for your money if you're fishing too light. The float is a Series 4 Drennan Carper float, again very strong, dotted right down, and I'll be waiting for a nice positive under and striking quite hard. The float is set about 3 to 4 inches over depth. Again, because we're fishing for quality fish, I want to put a little bit of line on the bottom, especially with worms on the hook. Again, a nice staggered bulk on the 020 main line. It's fishing straight through to a size 14 Drennan, Camasan animal hook. Now, one difference between fishing venues like this and commercials is you're allowed to use barbed hooks. And when you're faced with not getting many bites and trying to make everyone count, a barbed hook is definitely, for me, a must. Also, it holds the bait on a lot better. I've got 2 rigs, identical. The only difference is one of them's got a 0.3 dibber on, but elastic, line, shotting and hooks is all exactly the same. The reason for the lighter one, if it is very difficult and there's no quality fish to be caught, quite often the large perch in here can respond to just lifting the bait and dropping it, and you can get them as it drops down. So a slightly lighter float can sometimes just winkle out those odd fish. But I think it's very important to remember that fishing venues like this, it's not about catching hundreds of fish. It's about making every chance count. Okay, it's going to be very difficult to land the carp, but we'll definitely have a go if we do hook them. And like I say, for me, I've fished canals since I was very young, and it's a sense of achievement to try and catch 1 or 2 or maybe more of these big fish. It's a bit of a fickle canal along here as far as the big fish are concerned. Some days you don't expect to catch them and you can catch 6 or 7 decent bream and tench. Other days, like today, you can see it's gone a bit overcast already. You know, it really is an ideal day, and some days you'll struggle. But it really is an interesting way of fishing, and it's another string to your bow. If you understand how to fish positive on canals, there's some big matches on canals now, qualifiers for various different events, and fishing for big fish, targeting big fish, is quite often the way to win these events.